Welcome. You're listening to the Leading Hope Podcast. My name is VJ Williams, here with my friend and pastor Kevin Jack. Thank you for joining us, taking time out of your day to become a better leader. If you're new, we release a new episode every Wednesday. Easiest way to remember every week is to hit the subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform. Also, share this with a friend on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. And also, please rate and review on Apple Podcasts. You won't believe how that helps get this podcast in so many more leaders' hands just like yours. Also, visit leadinghope.online to get updates and find out more about the Leading Hope community. Oh man, this is episode 135, Kevin. 135. Yeah, thank you. And I'm going to make sure that I read this right because I think it says this. So I
like how we're 135 episodes in and you just for a second forgot the website.
I did. It's leadinghope.online. There we go. 135. You ready for this one?
Oh, dude, I'm ready.
It's not easy to make it look easy.
It's true.
It's not easy.
So, V, this is what I want to do today.
It's not easy.
I've got 3 points on this one. Okay? So, interject as you see fit.
Okay.
I more so want to describe a reality.
Oh.
Okay? This isn't as much
Your reality?
No.
Someone's reality?
A reality.
A reality.
So, this isn't as much a go do this.
Okay.
Maybe this will create a desire, an ambition for someone to become a hope, to become proficient in something. But I more so want to describe like, hey, as you're entering into this, this is what it's going to look like, and this is what you need to know. Okay? So here's the idea. It's not easy making it look easy. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Bunch of examples. Sports. The best athletes make it look easy. They make it look relatively effortless.
Yeah.
The best speakers, you watch them and you just go,
yep,
looks easy. Like the crowd's engaged. They're alive. Looks fun. There's energy in the room. It looks easy.
Easy.
People who connect with others. Like people who are just really good at making initial connections, small talk. This is the one that I'm amazed by because I'm not good at it. But I'll watch someone walk into a lobby or something like that, and they'll just like immediately make friends, like instantly, somehow. And they go, it's so easy.
Yeah.
Look at how they do that. That's absolutely incredible. You watch them and you go, well, I could do that. They make it look so easy, but it's not easy to make it look that easy. So you've probably heard that phrase, but I want to break it down some. But first, I want to give one example, okay? There was, I forget the name of the soccer player, football, if you are not from America.
Yeah.
But what they did is they were playing an exhibition match, and they hooked him up to, I don't even know how to, things that basically measured his neuro output. Okay. So they are, during the exhibition match, during the scrimmage, monitoring his brainwaves. And they get the information back at the end of the exhibition. And they thought it was just going to be, like their anticipation, their hypothesis was that it was going to be amazing.
Okay.
His brain was just working in overdrive, doing all this other stuff, and it was going to be incredible. And they got it back, and they thought that it had broke because there was nothing. And so they tested it on other people, did all this other stuff, like checked it immediately afterwards. And they're like, what's wrong? This isn't. So they tested it again. They did another exhibition match, tested it beforehand, asked him questions to measure this, and then they got the results back from the scrimmage again, and there was nothing. And it blew them away.
Yeah.
Because they thought his brain would be working in overdrive during this entire thing. And they realized that it was less than if he was asleep, like less than if he was in non-dreaming sleep, that his brain was so used to the patterns and rhythms of the game that he wasn't even thinking, he was just responding. Can we acknowledge how incredible that is?
That's pretty powerful.
Like, they thought that he would be analyzing all these moments. They thought that his brain would be working so hard, and they went, nope, he's done it so much that he's not even thinking. It's just a reaction at this point in time.
That's something.
First point, when you make it look easy, you need to know you won't be celebrated because it looks easy.
Yeah.
When you make it look easy, that is the highest level of proficiency in the thing that you are engaging in, be it a skill, be it an event, be it whatever that is. When you make it look easy, you need to know you won't be celebrated because it looks easy. I remember Bill Simmons, a sports podcaster, years ago, he talked about playing in All-Star Weekend, playing in the Pro-Am game, like the professionals and amateurs, and so he's there in the game, and they're asking him how it was, and he goes, it's ridiculous because you watch these guys run up the court, and so you know about how long it should take to run up the court. But you forget that these are professional athletes who have far eclipsed your level of ability, and so you go to run up the court, and you think you should be at the baseline, and you realize you're only at mid-court.
Oh, wow.
That they're that much more athletic than you are. And I just love that idea to say, like, hey, they make it look so easy. Even something as simple athletes as running up the court, that we don't realize the phenomenal level of athletic ability that's involved in that.
Yeah.
Translate that to every avenue, everything like that. Like, when teachers teach and do it so well and do it so proficient, they're not celebrated.
Yeah.
Because they make it look easy. When speakers walk up and they go through stuff and it's just incredible, and you don't go, oh my gosh, they're so amazing, because they make it look easy. And so what I want people to know is to say, the presence or absence of praise is not always connected to someone's level of ability.
That's good.
I remember, if I'd share this, how long ago was this? 2 years ago? Something like that? When you started doing online hosting with Molly Brunk.
Yeah.
Molly Sloan at the time.
Yep.
First 3 times she did it, everybody was congratulating her, and then I overheard her saying, she goes, I want to get to the point that no one congratulates me.
Right.
I was just like, what? She's like, no, because no one congratulates VJ, no one congratulates Kevin, because that's what they expect. That's what they're used to.
Right.
I want to get to the point where no one's congratulating me. I need people to know that, to say, like, well, no one said this. If you do it exceptionally well for a duration of time, you won't always receive praise.
Right.
Because you make it look easy, and people don't realize the effort that it takes as part of that.
Right.
Point number 2, when you make it look easy, others are able to focus on the impact because they're not looking at the effort.
That's good.
This is the most important one. Okay? I want people to get used to, I can't evaluate my success based upon the number of compliments or feedback or praise that I received. Okay? Don't do that. But more importantly, the reason why you desire a level of the highest proficiency in what you're engaging in is because people aren't obsessed about you. You are no longer a part of the picture. Your greatest athletes, people look at the game and think it's amazing. Your greatest speakers, they're aware of the content because the content comes out in how they feel and the transformation that needs to be a part of.
Yeah.
They're not looking at the speaker and going, oh, they do a great job. They do a really good job.
Yeah.
Your greatest teachers, people are aware of the content. Your greatest therapists, people are aware of their transformation throughout it, okay? They because you make it look easy, they're able to focus on the impact because they're not looking at the effort. If I could give, I know this has been filled with sports examples, non-sports people, I apologize.
Yeah, it's okay.
But this is what I got.
That's what you got.
I remember years ago when the Cavs were playing, I'm going to date myself just a little bit, when the Cavs were playing the Warriors in the finals, and Matthew Dellavedova, oh yeah, that's a mouthful, was guarding Steph Curry.
Yeah, mismatch.
And people were talking about his extreme effort and how hard he was working. Could I just say, you don't want that.
Right.
You don't, like, you may look at it and go, I don't want that. I don't want someone to look at what I'm doing and go, man, he's trying so hard. He's working so hard, because it means I'm not proficient in it.
Yeah.
And you said it, like right there, you said mismatch.
Yeah.
You're right. Because it was such a mismatch in skill set, all they could talk about was his effort, because that's all he had.
Right.
So it's okay if you start there, but you shouldn't stay there over a period of time. It's only when you make it look easy that people can see past the amount of effort to focus on the work that you're doing. Point 3. So point 1, when you make it look easy, you won't be celebrated because it looks easy. Point 2, when you make it look easy, others are able to focus on the impact because they're not looking at the effort. And point 3, when you make it look easy, this is kind of the sign. Amateurs will tell you they want to do what you do, And professionals will ask you how you do what you do.
Yeah, that's good.
Those who don't know what it takes will say, I want to do that, because they have no idea the effort that it takes to get there. Those who are accomplished will ask what goes into it. They won't just ask about the impact, they'll ask about the process. This is the litmus test. This is the sign. That you go, okay, I'm there. I'm actually proficient. I hit it. I'm operating in this skill with a level of excellence. That those who don't know what it takes will look at you and go, I want to do what you do, because they think they can. Take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's meant to be. But those who are aware will begin to ask you questions on your process, on your effort, what goes into it.
Also a compliment.
Also a compliment. That is the sign that you've arrived.
Right.
That is the sign that you're actually there.
Right.
And so if I could just give kind of like personal example on this is the area, the 3 areas that I've had significant repetitions in. One of them is public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I've had an enormous amount of repetitions in public speaking. I would say it even back to when I was in junior high, I taught children's church, which some of you go, yeah, it's children's church. Listen, if you can keep that crowd captivated, I promise you, you can keep any crowd captivated.
Yeah.
If you can keep the 6-year-olds listening, that's okay. And so you do that over time, and it switches. And now some people will look at me, and they'll say things like, I don't know how you do it without notes.
Yeah.
They go, well, it's this process of obsessing over the content over and over again and reworking. And sometimes I've given messages to people, and I'll ask them things like on Wednesday and Sunday, like Sunday's the day. I say, where are you? They say, well, I've almost got the outline finished. And I think, I'm never giving you a message again. Because you have no idea the effort that it takes to get it to the level that it needs.
Right on.
Another area that I've got significant repetitions in is leading meetings. Like, I have led so many meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, it took so much effort. At first, I didn't just set an agenda, because I wanted meetings to be awesome. I envisioned every scenario and how it might go. I know this sounds ridiculous, but it was like I'd have this discussion would say, well, if they want to take it this way, I need to be ready for this. If they want to take it this way, that means this is what's really going on. If this is the comment, then we need to get under that. And it was like I kind of had envisioned this like crazy, ridiculous flow chart of all these possible scenarios as to how it goes and what that means and what I'm learning in the moment and what questions I need to be asking. I no longer have to do that. Now, I want to say this as that doesn't mean someone else doesn't have to do that.
Right.
It's saying I did it with great effort to the point in time now that I can kind of read the room. I can see what's taking place. That's not a statement of significant skill. That's just saying I've led thousands of meetings over time. And so those are just kind of 2 examples to say there was a time in which it looked, whenever I operated in these environments, it looked like I was applying extreme effort. I am still applying extreme effort, but it doesn't look like I'm applying as much effort as I actually am.
Right. What do you, so I got 2 different things here to talk about. One, you use the word obsession. I think that's people will use as a dirty word that is not a dirty word.
Yeah.
It's an actual, you said you wanted to create reality.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yes.
Is that you want to make something look easy, you're going to have to obsess about it. Talk about the things that you obsess about that's helped you move forward, making things look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about that. Talk about what are you obsessing over on a weekly basis. I know you talked about not speaking with notes. A lot of people will say that he doesn't even use his notes. It's because they're written on your soul.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Why is that important to you?
It's important to me because, one, I want them to know I can't expect them to remember the message if I can't even remember the message.
Yeah.
But also, really, for me, is to say there's a reason why we do oral communication live.
Yeah.
Because something happens in the room. If I'm reading from a paper, it's completely non-responsive. I'm not saying that if you read from a paper, it means your content is crap.
Right.
Your content is probably amazing. But I also believe that it'd probably be better as an email
Right.
than as oral communication.
Yeah.
Because, say it as like this. If you take the time to get precise language that you want to read directly to a group of people, that precision of language will get lost because they can't go back and reread the parts that are most important.
Yeah.
I believe that there's an environment in which papers are best.
Yeah.
I also believe there's an environment in which oral communication is best.
Yeah.
And so I need to put myself in a spot where I know my content so well that I can be responsive to the people who are in the room and take it the direction that they need it to go.
Yeah. And obsessing over that is the way that you make it look easy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When someone would come across this episode and they see it's not easy to make it look easy, what would you say to them as far as why they need to make it look easy?
Yeah.
Because I think that's where we're really getting down to the nuts and bolts of this episode is like, okay, yeah, you're right. These points 1, 2, and 3, it won't be celebrated, right? Don't care. And point 2, you said when you make it easy, others will be able to focus on the impact because they're not making the effort.
I think that's the one.
Right. But like at the end of the day, why do we want to make it look easy? Give us that underlying reason.
Well, I would say this. I hope that someone's desire is for the impact of their work and not just the praise of their work.
Right.
If you don't want that, I really don't know how to talk to someone about this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you just want to do the work to be praised, the conversation for us on this is probably over.
Right.
Because I can't switch your ambition.
Right.
But I say it as like I don't obsess over a message weekly for people to tell me that was a great message.
Right.
I want their lives to be different because of it. The first one, it's a terrible motivator. It'll dry up in a hurry.
Absolutely.
The second one, man, I could do that forever.
Yeah, yeah. And on the other end of that, so making it, I guess my question is making it I'm going to make sure I'm not saying this incorrectly. To make it look easy helps who?
Helps the person who you are doing it for.
Right. And is it so that they can see themselves someday being inspired to do it themselves? Is it or for them to be impacted and so that they can make changes in their own lives? I mean, so what's the point of making it look easy? Obviously, you don't want to make it look hard because then
it depends on the work that you're in.
No one can relate to it.
So if I could say it as, I don't know. Like,
if it looks really hard, people are going to struggle with relating to it.
Yeah, I would say it as this kind of falls into the work. So, I mean, part of it would be how much do you desire a level of mastery personally?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you want that? The other side of it is you say like Matthew Della Vedova. Who cares?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah.
Matthew Della Vedova. But like, oh, he made his defense look so easy. Who cares?
Right.
Doesn't matter. But for 1,000 other things, it matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coaching. Oh, he makes it look easy. That matters.
Yeah.
Like that's important. Teaching. Therapy.
Yeah.
Doctors. That matters.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's that. For some reason, I'm stuck on this part of it matters because it's relatable. There's a piece there that says, hey, I can...
I would say, but I would say it's not for the people to be able to enter into it.
No, not to enter into it so they can grasp what you're saying.
It matters because the work that you're doing itself is important. If the work that you're doing itself is not important, then desiring a level of mastery won't be that high on the list.
That's good. That's good. Cool, man. That's all the questions I have. Finish it up here. 135. It's not easy to make it look easy.
Yeah, my hope for people today is just to say, I want to describe this reality, okay? I want you to know what you're going to face. And I would say within that it takes effort to become proficient, but it takes extreme effort to achieve mastery. And so you need to know the signs so you can change how you operate and what you expect.
That's good. That makes me curious, too, when you use the word mastery. I love that. I think there's so much. There's another episode coming in the future about that specific title. So we'll see you back when you come back next time. Thank you for joining us today. If you're new to the podcast or haven't yet subscribed, it'd mean the world to us if you did that now. Also, post about it, rate and review. You won't believe how that helps get this podcast in the hands of so many more leaders just like you. We love hearing your stories of how the podcast is working in your life and business. If you have a story, visit leadinghope.online and send that to us. We would love to hear from you. And remember, everyone has 20 minutes to learn to become a better leader. Make it count.